Hi, today I'm going to discuss the golf industry and Nike. My name is James Dodd, and I'll be doing the voiceover presentation for CBA 469 Group Project 1. Golf equipment. The golf equipment industry is considered a traditionalist industry. The same companies have been on top of this industry for a very long time. It is very difficult for new companies to break into this market. Companies that actually do break into this market somehow focus on ways to make the game easier for the majority of the players. Tiltiste holds about 70% market shares in golf ball production. That only leaves 30% shares of the market for other companies trying to produce golf balls. Nike was in the golfing industry long before 2000, but only as an apparel company. Nike signed Tiger Woods to their roster to wear their apparel right before they decided to branch into the equipment industry of the market. Around 2000, Nike decided to break into the golf equipment industry. The clubs they had Tiger Woods using might have had the Nike logo on them, but they were not the equipment that Nike was selling to the general public. After about 6 years in the equipment market, Nike finally hired a decent research and development team. The equipment line started to improve in quality, but the sales did not. Around 2011, Nike finally started producing good quality equipment. The problem that still remains is that their target golfer is not the average golfer. Nike was not making equipment that was game enhancement or helping the average golfer shoot a better game. Eventually, Nike moved on to sign other names than Tiger Woods. Even though Tiger Woods remained one of the biggest names in Nike's golfer industry, they eventually signed a new coming star named Rory McIlroy. Rory did very little to promote for the Nike equipment company. Nike also signed several other tour players that are under contract to play with their equipment, but none of them were very well known. Between the economic downturn and the current generation, the golfing industry has been on a steady decline. Golf is a very expensive sport, both financially and time-consuming. We may be coming out of a financial recession, but the current generation is more time-conscious. Nobody wants to spend 4 hours playing 18 holes when they aren't very good at the sport. After almost 16 years in the golf equipment business, Nike decided it was time to throw in the towel. They consistently lost money in the golf equipment department. To most golfers, Nike was seen as a shoe company trying to make golf clubs and golf balls. Nike was accustomed to dominating any market they decided they wanted in, but golf was a difficult market for them. Nike thought that they wouldn't have any problems breaking into the golfing market, but they were wrong. They spent the first 6 years flooding the market with poor quality equipment, almost cementing the belief that a shoe company does not belong making golf clubs and golf balls. Once they finally started producing good quality equipment, after 11 years, in the last few years they have actually produced a good golf ball. The best they have ever made, actually. But how can you carve your own niche in a market that has a 70% share dominated already after years of being known as a horrible golf ball maker? In comparison, the portion that Nike was dedicated to its golf clubs and golf ball made up a very small portion of the company as a whole. Nike only lost 2% of their income after ceasing production in the golfing industry. Tiltiste and Ping are two very well-known companies that dominate the golfing industry. Thank you for listening to our presentation today.